एंड आज हम खेलेंगे गेटिंग ओवर इट। इस गेम में मैं आपको बताने वाला हूँ स्टेप बाय स्टेप, कहाँ तक करना है वो भी बता देंगे बाद में। देखो भाई, थोड़े लोग हैं ना वहीं पे पागल हो जाते हैं ऊपर चढ़ाने के लिए, तो मैं इजीली कर दूँ। यहाँ थोड़ा रख के ऊपर आ, खींच लो। यहाँ से ऐसे देखो, ऊपर से झटका देना है। हाँ, झटका नहीं देना है तो मत दो। फिर एकदम क्लोज टू क्लोज यहाँ आके ऐसे कर लो। यहाँ से आके यहाँ पे बैठ जाओ। कोने कोने पकड़ने हैं यहाँ से। एक बार जंप मारनी, यहाँ से ऐसे उछाल के अगर आप यहाँ पे आ गए तो अच्छा। यहाँ का कोना पकड़ो, जल्दी से यहाँ पे हथौड़ा कर दो। यहाँ थोड़ा ऐसे ऐसे आराम से जाएंगे। इसका मुंह बंद करने का कुछ है क्या? कोने कोने पकड़ के आने में बोलो।
And then immediately dropped to food
बस
on
ये
it.
वाला थोड़ा
If
वो
you want
है।
an argument with a friend
हाँ तो
and then later discovered that they just returned to their
नहीं,
original
नीचे जो
view,
भाई टिक खराब कर ले।
starting over is harder than starting up.
यहाँ पे बस बैठना है
If
इस
you're not
कोने
ready
पे।
for that,
इस कोने को
like if you've
पकड़ के
already had a
जल्दी से
bad
यहाँ
day,
थोड़ा करना
then
है।
what you're about to go through
इसका
might be
मुंह
too
बंद
much.
कर नहीं।
Feel free to go away and come
यहाँ
back.
से जल्दी से
I'll
पकड़ना
be
है।
here.
उछाल क्या? रुको मैं वापस मैं
Alright,
बोला था ना, यहाँ
thanks
से
for
कोना
coming
पकड़
with
के
me on this
यहाँ
trip.
से ऐसे
I'll understand if
आप
you have to
उछाल
take
भी
a break
सकते
at
हो।
any point. Just find a safe place to
बस
stop.
टेढ़ा
Quit the
उछालना
game.
पड़ेगा।
Don't
वरना
worry,
आप नीचे चले
I'll save your
जाओगे।
progress always, even your
यहाँ
mistakes.
ऐसा रखो, ग्लास
This game is a homage to a free
मस्ती
game
नहीं
that came
करनी
out
थी,
in 2002.
वहाँ से
Sexy
उछालना
Hiking.
था। अरे बस
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who
यहाँ
was
से
known
अगर
at the
आप
time as the
पास
father
मारो
of
तो
B games.
थोड़ा खिसका।
And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely. And they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following.
यहाँ बैठ गए तो
They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
ये देखो।
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time.
यहाँ हथौड़ा है
In
ना,
it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer.
अब jump।
That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its
मतलब
flavor.
ना
No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
यहाँ बैठना है।
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the
या फिर
entire
आप
rest
ऐसे
of
ही
the
कर
game.
सकते हो।
It might
बस
take you an
स्टिक में
hour to get
फिसलेगा,
over that
तो
tree.
इसलिए
A lot
यहाँ
of people
पकड़ना
never
है
got
अपने
past
को।
it. Prod
ये
and
देखो।
poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength,
पकड़े हो गया,
trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game
और
worlds are
यहाँ से
fake. You can be completely confident in your
इस लैंप
ability to
पे
get
बैठना
through
है।
them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy
यहाँ
Hiking
भाई
is
बस
real.
बैठ गए ना, ठीक है।
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
अभी मैं मुझे क्लिक
But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of
यहाँ पे
climbing, and it's
आके
authentic
यहाँ
to the
छोड़ो।
process of building
तो
a game.
बैठना बहुत हार्ड है उस लैंप पे।
A funny thing happened to me as I was
अभी
building
देखो
this
अगर
now.
आपके साथ ये सीन हो
I'd
गया
have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd
थोड़ा
build it,
टाइट कर दो,
test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
यहाँ से
But I couldn't
ऐसा
bring myself to make it
ये
easier.
पकड़े हो ना,
It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather
आराम
than
से
as a
बैठना है,
builder.
वरना वो लैंप के हाथ पर
Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to
यहाँ से
climb them,
हथौड़े से
and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
और बाकी का आरा पूरा यहाँ पे लगेगा।
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement.
यहाँ पावरफुल
You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new
ठीक
ideas.
है, उसको ही पकड़ना है सीधा।
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't
सीधा
happened,
पकड़ के ऐसे
because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made,
नहीं यहाँ पे
although
आके
a lot
ऐसे
of them
छोड़ दो
are.
कोई डर की बात नहीं
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
यहाँ से मेरे लिए भी
Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into
यहाँ
garbage.
तो भाई बहुत इजी है
In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
बस आगे समझ के रहना है
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the
यहाँ से नहीं
internet.
गिरना है
It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that
ये
are
खड्डा
fresh
हथौड़ा
and
निकालने
untainted
के
and
लिए
unused.
गिराने के लिए नहीं है
When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital
यहाँ से
age.
ऐसे नहीं
And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture.
अगर
Be
देखो आपके
games,
पास full
be
force power
movies,
है
be music,
तो आप यहाँ
be
से जा
philosophy.
सकते हो वैसे यहाँ से मेरे
Maybe
से
this
नहीं
is what
होता।
digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought
वो
of.
जो है ना सीढ़ियाँ
Grand,
उनको पकड़ना है अपने को
infinite, and unsorted.
वरना फिर यहाँ से बाय 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 ए बाय बाय
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels,
यहाँ से ऐसे
Scan
पकड़ के
magazines,
आओ
green screen
ऐसे
Shia LaBeouf, fancy
बस
something
छतरी पे
from
बैठना है
Life.
अपने को
Facebook's got
ए
Life.
भाई नीचे मर गई
Branded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups,
छतरी
car
पे
crash
बैठे।
epic failed gifs, Russian
उसके ना
dash
पूरे
cam
पकड़ना
vids,
है, पर इतने
discussions of
पूरे पे-
McRibs,
नहीं,
discarded,
गीत जो-
forgotten,